Hello everybody, and welcome to Male Wisdom. In this video, I'm going to talk about a problem many men face when it comes to relationships with women. A lot of people like to blame their lack of attraction on genetics or bad luck, but the truth is that there's something else at play here. So, if you're ready to find out what's causing your issues, then stick around. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future. Sexual stimulation is nature's primary purpose, and it increases dopamine levels. The greatest of all natural pleasures your brain begins to seek and eventually loses control of, with disastrous results fast following. Humans can exist without alcohol and narcotics, but not sex and food because of how our brains are wired. Porn viewing has been associated with decreased reward activity. In other words, porn use weakens the prefrontal cortex, reducing willpower and making it easier to succumb to more porn and other addictive behaviors. When you understand how dopamine works, it becomes easier to forego other life goals. You'll realize why you're driven to porn. Porn is a terrible substitute for real sex, but your brain is unaware. It reacts the same way to a naked woman in an image or video as it does to a true naked woman. Dopamine explains why some sorts of pornography are more alluring than others, whether the climax is created with another human or self-induced through masturbation. When you look at a sexual image, your brain becomes acclimated to it and only adds to the novelty. The live activity in a pornographic video triggers your mirror neurons, giving you the impression that you are the one having sex. The more intense the stimulation, the more dopamine is released into the reward system, increasing the desire to watch that pornographic film. When it comes to porn, it can be pretty hard to break the habit. That's because there's a reason why it's so addictive in the first place. A big part of it has to do with the fact that it's so easy to get new experiences. When males see an attractive lady they don't know, their dopamine levels increase. This is because our brains are wired to seek out sexual partners different from the ones we already have. We want variety, and men especially have an insatiable yearning for new sexual encounters. That's why it's so difficult to stop watching porn. The novelty of seeing new people and experiencing new things is just too much to resist. If you place a male rat in a cage with a female rat, a study shows that he will begin having sex with the female rat pretty quickly, but after a while, he will gradually reduce the frequency until he quits. When you add a new female rat to the cage, the male rat will start having sex with her, and the cycle will begin again. As a result, even if the male rat is fatigued or begins to damage himself from too much intercourse, there is less and less sex over time. The pattern will be repeated. The Coolidge effect is the desire for multiple new sex partners, which results in a surge of energy and excitement with each new partner. When it comes to pornography, the adage, "too much of a good thing," definitely applies. What starts as an innocent indulgence can quickly become an addiction, thanks to the Coolidge effect. Named after President Calvin Coolidge, who was reportedly quite fond of watching his wife entertain visitors, the Coolidge effect is a phenomenon that occurs when sexual arousal declines in response to the same stimulus. In other words, viewing pornography can become less and less exciting over time, leading people to seek new and more extreme forms of stimulation. This often leads to viewing increasingly hardcore and graphic material, which can have damaging effects on both mental and physical health. It's important to be aware of the dangers of pornography addiction and to seek help if you feel like you're losing control. Your brain believes you've discovered the evolutionary gold mine, urging you to continue watching porn while you're unaware. It's no secret that sex sells. From advertisements to movies, sex is used to sell everything from clothes to cars. But there's another, more insidious side to the sexualization of society: porn. Unlike other forms of media, porn is easily accessible and often free. As a result, it's become one of the most popular forms of entertainment, with people of all ages watching it regularly. But what few people realize is that porn can have a major impact on the brain. Research has shown that pornography alters how the brain processes information, causing people to become more aroused by images and less responsive to real-life stimuli. In addition, pornography desensitizes people to violence and can lead to addictive behavior. As society becomes increasingly sexualized, it's important to be aware of the potential dangers of pornography. We can only make informed decisions about consuming this controversial form of media by understanding the risks. Unfortunately, this is no longer a realistic strategy now that you have unlimited access to sex via the internet. Too much sexual stimulation has its own health risks, including diminished dopamine sensitivity, which reduces your overall quality of life. The brain creates neurochemicals at a level that your brain is incapable of handling and was never designed to tolerate. It's a heightened synthetic response to a natural urge for sex. Humans are creatures of habit. We like routine and predictability because it makes us feel safe, but we also crave novelty. New experiences help us to feel alive and engaged with the world around us. That's why we love to try new things, whether a new food, activity, or way of doing things. Pornography can be addictive for many people because it provides a never-ending stream of new experiences. Every time you watch a new porn video, you're exposed to new people, new situations, and new sexual acts. This constant stream of novelty can be very addictive, making it hard for some people to stop watching porn. But it's important to remember that you always have the power to choose what you watch. You can choose to consume pornography responsibly or not at all. The choice is up to you. Pornography is highly addictive. Its capacity to produce sensations of joy, relaxation, and relief from pain can make it difficult to stop watching. You may eventually come to rely on pornography to make you feel good. This can lead to problems at work, your personal life, and in your relationships. Pornography has the potential to be your greatest need as well as your greatest liability, because he has rewired his brain to consume more and more pornography. A man has less control over his thoughts and behaviors the more pornography he views. To put it another way, when you can't let go of what governs you, you become less human, not more. When someone is addicted to drugs or alcohol, simply abstaining from them might be difficult. These changes can make it difficult to resist the impulse to take them over time. Addiction can also impair a person's reward system in the brain. Those that are addicted seek out the sensation frequently. However, according to reports, long-term use can decrease the brain's ability to produce painkillers and dopamine. As a result, the addict will be unable to feel good unless these movies are used to support the feel-good neurotransmitter. Addiction is also rarely a standalone health issue. Many people who are addicted also have mental illnesses. People will require dual diagnosis treatment if this occurs. Dual diagnosis reduces the chance of relapse while improving the individual's physical and mental well-being. Drug use is a common challenge that can complicate mental health diagnosis and treatment. People who use drugs may experience changes in their mood, thinking, and behavior that can make it difficult to tell whether they have a mental health condition or are experiencing the effects of drug use. Drug use can sometimes exacerbate symptoms or even cause new ones. As a result, it can be extremely difficult to provide long-term treatment until a complete and correct diagnosis is achieved. Drug use can also conceal symptoms, making diagnosing mental health conditions even harder. This is why it's so important to seek professional help if you or someone you know is struggling with drug use. By getting accurate and timely treatment, you can improve your chances of recovery and prevent further complications. Porn use can lead to several health problems, including malnutrition, digestive problems, and brain damage. It can be very painful to see these in a loved one, especially when there are unpleasant societal repercussions to cope with on the sufferer's body and mind. While it may be difficult to confront a loved one about their porn use, it is important to do so to get them the help they need. If you suspect someone you know is struggling with porn addiction, there are a few signs to look out for, such as a change in appearance, social withdrawal, and unusual behavior. If you see any of these red flags, don't hesitate to reach out and offer your support. Together, you can help your loved one get on the path to recovery. Drugs and alcohol can have a profound effect on a person's behavior. While under the influence, an individual may say or do things they would not normally do sober. This can lead to strained relationships with family and friends. Sometimes, addicts may engage in antisocial behavior to feed their addiction. This could involve stealing or dealing drugs. So it's important to be aware of your actions' potential consequences before taking any substances. Remember, drugs and alcohol can cloud your judgment and cause you to make poor decisions. So always think twice before indulging. I'm going to talk about the top 10 Sigma male traits. Now, if you're like me, you want to be the best man you can be. And if you're hearing this, chances are you identify with the Sigma male archetype. So make sure to check my previous video digging more about this topic.